Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Shamita Deshmukh and today I'm going to show you a haul of 21 books. I ordered 18 books but they gave me 3 books for free, which is okay. First I'll show you the free books. I got The Winter's Tale by Shakespeare. I've read 3 books by Shakespeare, 3 plays, and I've never heard of this. And this is The Ardent Shakespeare, and the appendices and introduction in this book is very long, but okay, I think this is like a school edition, so I'll be reading this for sure. Next, this I paid for this book. This is Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. It's a very standard paperback in which the quality of the pages is not that good. This book is about change in organizations, groups, people, and yes, I will be reading this book. The next book I got was Wreck This Journal by Kerry Smith. I was hoping this book would come unused. I was really wishing it would come unused, but a few pages were used. Majority of it is unused, as you can see, but a few pages were used, and it's fine. I just store away those pages. Next, this book was also given to me for free. But it's Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist. I have not heard of. I've heard of this book, but I don't know what it's about. That's a solid 500 pages. Someday I will read this, but I'm not sure when. Next, I got Paul Auster, The New York Trilogy. Now I have this book on my Kindle, but I just saw the paperback and I was like, why not? Also, I've heard that Paul Auster has written this book, and Paul Auster is also the detective, the main character in this story. I think so. Next, I got The History of the First World War. I've already started this book. It's very dense and it has maps. Loose Lahore. Okay. Look, maps. It is interesting. I know nothing about the First World War. The Second World War I know a little bit, but the First World War I have absolutely no clue. So I want to educate myself. Next, I got Antony Beevor and Him. This is about the Second World War, and I think, yeah, it's about Operation Market Garden, the plan to end the war by capturing the bridges leading to the Lower Rhine and beyond. I think it's the Americans thought of that. This has pictures and maps and bibliography. I started reading The Second World War by Antony Beevor last year, but I didn't get much far into it. I was taking notes about like the main things that were happening, and I was enjoying reading it. I was reading it on my Kindle. I think I'll get back to it. Next, Ali Smith Winter. This book looks like it's a children's book because of the huge sizing of the font, but it's not a children's book. It was shortlisted for Autumn was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize 2017. I think Winter will be just as good. I've heard raving reviews of Ali Smith. Next, I got Stephen Fry, Making History. I don't know anything about this book. I just got it because I wanted a Stephen Fry book, and I saw it on the website and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. Oh my god, it has a handwritten note in the front. To Linda Neanda, happy 30th birthday. Try as I did, I could not find the right compost for love nor money, so instead I bought you a book. The book is not like your usual preference of debauchery and misery, but I like the way Stephen Fry writes. Hope you like it too. Lots of love, Neil. Well, she did not like the book. Okay, next, Rose Chatwin in Patagonia. I bought this book only for the cover, and the cover was different on the website. Like, at least it has photos. It's cool. Next, I got Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. This is a tough book, and it's one of those tough books that are like, they don't have to be tough, but they are tough. And this year, I have decided to read more tough books. So I will be reading this pretty soon. Next, I got Dracula by Bram Stoker. I have read Dracula, but I wanted a physical copy to annotate. It's that good. I enjoyed it a lot. I could have gotten Dracula for cheaper off of Amazon, but I wouldn't get this copy. And I like used books more. Next, I got Charles Dickens' Hard Times. Again, I don't know anything about this book, but I will be reading one of those Oliver Twist or Hard Times this year. Next, I got Rohinton Mystery, A Fine Balance. This was also shortlisted for the Booker Prize. I don't know anything about this book, but Rohinton Mystery is a big name in Indian literature. He is among Jhumpa Lahiri, Amitav Ghosh, those kinds of people. Rohinton Mystery is among them. So I knew I wanted to read him, and I saw it. I got it. Next, this looked very interesting. The name is very interesting. The Diary of a Nobody by George and Whedon Grossmith. Mr. Pooter is a man of modest ambitions, content with his ordinary life. It also has illustrations throughout. Next, I got Ian M. Banks' The Algebraist. This belongs to the Culture series, and I have not read any of the books of the Culture series, but you don't have to read any books of the Culture series in order or anything. I found out that after I bought the book, which is a good thing. And I want to read more science fiction, so I got this. Ian M. Banks is an author I've been meaning to get to. Most of these books I got are because of the author, like Chuck Palahniuk. I also got this because of the author's name. I've heard a lot about him. There's a YouTuber who raves about his works. So I got this. This was the only Chuck Palahniuk book on the website. I got all these books from Lock the Box In for 3,000 rupees. Next, okay, the other book I got sent for free, I don't know why, was the autobiography of Shane Warne, the Australian cricketer. I'm not going to read it, so I just put it in the other shelf. I might give it away to someone or sell it, I don't know yet. Next, Sea and Sky in Watercolor. This book was supposed to be a coffee table book, hardcover, but like it's not hardcover. But it is a good book. It has the color wheel, which I've been meaning to learn, and complementary colors and stuff. Clean colors, dirty colors. Then it has techniques and controlling of water, designing a painting, which is very useful. Then it has 2 full step-by-step guides on how to draw, how to paint the watercolor, which is very useful. I'm sure I can follow the guides. This is one of those guides. Okay, the last book I got, and my favorite book, is The Way Things Work by David Macaulay. I love this book because of the illustrations. This book is mostly about machines and physics and stuff, which is not my strong suit. I mean, the contents are the mechanics of movement, harnessing the elements, working with waves, electricity, and automation. Then Eureka, the invention of machines. It's like the aeroplane. It's full of these, and the illustrations are so good. They like make me want to read this. I'm glad I bought this book. And it also came with a dust jacket, even though it's secondhand, so I'm very glad. Overall, all these books were a steal. I'm really glad I got some free books. Out of it, 2 out of 3 which I will definitely be reading. This was a successful haul, and thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz.